Stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts, his act being 7 ages. And where are we now? We're at Van Allen's attic. Welcome. Come to the right place.
It's showing up on the screen.
Sort of. It looks like it's working.
Can you see it? Can you read it?
Yeah. At first the infant, mewling and puking in his nurse's arms. And then the whining schoolboy with a satchel and shiny morning face, creeping like snail. And
we're a top quality show. You can't avoid the quality around here. Yes. Here we are, Van Allen's attic.
This is my second favorite show.
Yeah?
Right after Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. The Thing. Hello, Thing. Hi, Thing. Who's the guy who played Thing on the Addams Family? I've always wanted to know that. Is it
Thing was, I think, just a second unit guy,
or that it was the director or something?
Maybe, yeah. I remember. The guy playing Lurch didn't live very long. He was 7 foot tall, and he Ted Cassidy.
It's hard for the heart to pump.
Pituitary guy. He was famously on, I think, an episode of The Twilight Zone. To Serve Man.
Was that him?
Or it might have been Richard Keel. Who played
I think it was. He had a wider nose. Yeah, I think it was Richard Keel. It was because his nose structure. Yeah. It was Richard Keel.
I guess that there was only room for one guy like that in show business.
Well, Ted Cassidy actually did quite a few little parts around. They pop up every now and then.
He was in a show called The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn for Hanna-Barbera. It was.
I think he sang. Well, he sang on the Addams Family, but he it was one where he played some kind of a great singer or something. I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, here we are, folks. We're back in the old.
Well, this is Keith Van Allen, everybody.
That's my name. It's what it says on the driver's license.
Oh, you want to hear something funny? I went to the grocery store today, and they said. I was wearing a mask and those glasses. Those awful glasses, so I'm wearing.
You gotta be careful when you wear a mask in a grocery store.
And they had this long hair.
You know, you could get arrested.
I know. I had long hair, and the woman bagging the grocery says, "Paper or plastic, ma'am?" Thought I was a girl. Oh. She didn't see my face.
You gotta watch out for that. It happens to me all the time, even with my coiffure.
Yes.
Yes. I got a funny guy. Have you ever met, what's his name?
I met him all the time.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's everywhere. No, Robbie Brett. You ever met Robbie Brett?
No,
we'll have to get him on the show.
We'll get him on
the show. He's a cross-dressing Muppeteer.
Oh.
He's a really funny guy.
He better be.
Yes. And he used to work for me in my animation studio.
Yeah.
He was an assistant, and he worked on Chester Cheeto and stuff. And Robbie, if you see the show, you're invited. Okay. If we can find a place to fit you. I'm going to rearrange things so we can have
fit on our shoulders, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to rearrange things so we'll have 3 chairs.
Yeah.
And I'll be over on one side on a miniature desk, like Johnny Carson, and then two guests or whatever.
That's really weird. Really weird. Let's have Johnny Carson on the show. Oh, by the way, this jacket.
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Did not know.
You know, this jacket is pretty wild. I haven't worn it in a while.
Oh, stand up. Let people open it up.
Well, I mean, you can see the color on it. But let me tell you something.
What is it saying? There's a Superman.
It says, I don't know.
The 8-ball behind the 8-ball.
No,
Thing
it's
3.
Thing number 3.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one they never talk about from the Cat in the Hat. Anyway, I'm the one who drinks and smokes.
Oh, I thought you were Curly. They talk about Curly all the time.
Trying to get the hair like him. But let me tell you, I get this jacket. Okay, now years ago, Doc Severinsen comes to Richmond, and his band was called Zebron or something.
I saw him at U of R.
Okay,
and I was down front, real close to.
Yeah.
What's his name you just said?
Doc Severinsen.
Doc Severinsen. He was my hero. I forget his name, but he was my hero. Because I was a trumpet player. And in band, Mr. Farney, who was our band teacher, and Mr. Kenny Henderson, who was a great trumpet player, they had his picture hanging up behind the podium, you know, Doc. An early picture of Doc, and I was sitting there looking at Doc. Gee, I want to be like Doc. I want to be. And I was pretty good there for a while, and then I was doing like Doc. I was doing double tonguing on Bugler's Holiday. I was real good in my
Holiday. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, in my 16th year, I was real good at that, and something happened in my 17th year, my senior year. My lip broke, or the way, and I wasn't quite as good at that.
You discovered girls.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the downfall of all artistic creativity when you were a teenager.
I used my lips for other things. I got caught in the band room back where they hid the tubas, you know.
So he was wearing this jacket.
Cheerleaders, you know.
He was wearing this colored jacket. I said, I've never seen a jacket this color before. And then I'm talking maybe 2 years ago, I found this colored jacket. I said, just like what Doc was wearing. Late at the end, I got his autograph, but I never got a picture with him. And I said to Doc, I was dressed up like I usually am. And I said, how do I look, Doc? And he goes, you look real good. So
he was a Southern boy. He was from Tennessee.
From Tennessee, yeah.
That's right.
You know who else was from Virginia? Was Tommy Newsom.
Did not. I did not know that.
Tommy Newsom. But
worked with him for 30 years.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Tommy Newsom from Virginia Beach, yeah. And Doc, and then Doc's still around. What's that?
Did you get the phone? There it is. It's behind. It's up there.
Oh.
No, bring it down here. Yeah.
Oh, this old-fashioned.
Yeah, put it on.
This old-fashioned Cary Grant phone.
That's a Humphrey Bogart special here.
This is like the.
You got to talk to Humphrey Bogart's secretary. Here, put it on.
All right, I understand.
Get it on camera. Put it on camera.
That's
a great phone.
I understand that you want to know
still ringing.
I understand you the Maltese Falcon. Where is it?
Well,
where is it?
Actually, you're speaking to the director, John Huston. And I'm calling you from off the set, telling you to get your ass in gear.
You know, it's very great, John.
What's your motivation? I'll give you your motivation.
We made the African Queen. You know the reason why we didn't get sick in Africa? We're the only ones who didn't drink the water.
They drank everything else. They drank 88 proof.
All right. We're going to have all this innovation on this show.
All this
innovation. Now I got hat hair. Oh. Wow. Go keep playing.
Yeah, I can't even. Wait a minute. Igor playing only it should have been an organ, but anyway.
That was great. That was great.
Something.
Bach.
Ah, yes.
Toccata and fugue.
Bach at the Bach.
I know all about Bach.
Where do we go? Okay.
He had a lot of kids, I remember.
Yeah, about 28. That's a lot of...
Right.
Yeah, that's the Quasimodo stop. Yeah.
You're a regular Foley artist here.
Yes.
Now tell us a little bit about your Wurlitzer here.
Now look at the keyboard. That's a Yamaha.
Yamaha.
Got all these things here.
Yeah.
You know, these things here. And you can twirl that thing there. Twirl that thing. While I
twirl
play.
it, yeah. Let's see my hand. Wow.
Witness, if you will.
Very good. Hey!
I got through it.
That was great.
I haven't done this for a while.
It
But anyway.
sounded good.
Yeah, but it's a great keyboard. I love it. I got two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they
You
got
play them
all,
both like
you got
like a machine gun.
Yeah. I mean, Victor Borger did that once
Yeah.
in a movie. It was incredible. Oh.
Danish movie or American movie?
No, it's Hollywood. Big
Hollywood movie.
Big black and white Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
One of his early ones, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want to get married?
No!
Yeah. Say I do and don't. Say I do but don't.
If you hear that music, run the other way.
Yes. And we've all had experiences in that department, I believe. The thing about marriage, yes. Those women on TV, those real homemaker, famous women like Rachel Ray and Martha Stewart, who became a doily Nazi later on. But when she was young, she was so cute. Had this hair, fluffy hair, and came on the Today program and went, "Look what I can make. Look, this will make your Thanksgiving dinner a real wowzer." And you can invite Uncle Harry, and we got this little turkey made out of pine cones and all this. And she's so cute, and you just want to marry her and take her to bed with all her recipes. Yeah. But what if you married her or Rachel? Rachel Ray's really cute.
Yeah, they are.
But
nice looking women.
When would they ever be home?
Yeah.
They wouldn't. You expect them to be home making all this stuff for you. Yeah. And making a home for you. Yeah. They got to go to their publicity meetings and they'd be on set and all the.
I have no
just
problem.
Wouldn't work
I
out.
have no problem with them working all the time and me staying at
as
home.
long as they make good money.
You'd be surprised how lazy I could be.
Hey, I got this lady.
How understanding I could be.
There's a lady who's looking for a new mate. Opie something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, Night at the Oprah.
Yeah. Good evening. How's it go?
What? Oh, the music of the night. That family opera.
I used to play that. Yeah. I used to know it anyway.
Yeah, it's good music.
The
only been
music
playing
of the night.
It's like only been playing 40 years on Broadway. You haven't had a chance to see it.
I did it real good at Big Lots one time.
Yeah. Oh, Big Lots, they
had an organ.
We had a recital there.
Yeah.
Right next to the mixed nuts and the and the Triscuits on sale.
Whenever anybody came into the room, I said, "Welcome to the Oriental Lounge."
Oh, yeah.
Like, remember that scene in the big bus? You know?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The big bus.
Yes. I can't see Yeah. I got a Kyoto.
Yeah.
I got
Is
a
there anything
Jack.
I could push?
Yeah. Oh,
Or pull?
here it is. 108. 108. No.
That's all. Oh. It's like the music at the Jade Room.
Yeah. That's a really deep gong. I didn't know they made gongs like that.
Who are you, J.R. Rank?
The gong in the Jade Room. Whatever happened to the Jade Room? I remember that. If you ever want to play piano and always sound like you know what you're doing, just play on the black keys.
Play on the black.
Only the black keys.
Yeah.
Pentatonic scale.
There you go.
Here, try it.
I only play jazz. I only played Ornette Coleman.
Who?
Ornette, free jazz guy.
Ornette Coleman.
Ornette Coleman.
Is that like the
He was the last famous jazz
like
guy.
Birdman? He started.
Yeah.
Charlie Bird was good, but he started a style which I like to call traffic jam jazz.
Yeah, that was it.
It goes. Yeah. The only thing it really goes with cinematically is a traffic jam in L.A. You know. We are avant-garde.
That sounds like a harp.
I got a harp. I got a very good harp in here.
Yeah. Play like "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," like
it was
like Harpo on "I Love Lucy" did. Yeah. Oh, you're a one-man band here.
Not really.
All right. I don't care if we ever get back to the old. One, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old.
He hit a foul.
Hey! It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Hey!
Ball, play ball.
Play ball. Last 2 words of the national anthem.
So as we were saying about marriage, or
Yeah.
whatever we were saying.
The less said, the better. No, the marriage, yes. It is a fine institution, but who wants to be in an institution?
A replica of my ex-wife.
Oh no! Don't be don't be so serious.
She was. Anyway.
Now,
my dad. Well, go ahead.
I'm still looking for Mrs. Wright. I found Mrs. Wright. I just wasn't Mr. Wright.
Miserable Mr. Wright. You took a cruise.
I've been on cruises. I've done everything right. You know, I've done. But I mean, so what? All I care about now is staying alive in this pandemic. So, stay healthy.
Yes.
Absolutely, my little chum. I'm going to grant you my little bucktooth pal, I'm going to grant you a wish.
Oh, yeah? What are we up to?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yes. Whatever it was like.
Going good? We're still on.
I
We're
was
good.
trying to find something. Anyway.
Okay. Don't cut us off.
Well, yes.
Yes. And I guess By the way, I understand you're putting movies on now on a regular basis on the on your channel.
Well, I've been doing that for about 5 years.
Yeah, well, tell me about
Well,
the
we
most
got
recent one.
Anyway, I was gonna give you a sample. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
That one.
I could do that. Wait a minute. I know that song.
Wow, you do the wow wow.
Oh wait. It's my first medley.
Go
How about
ahead.
that?
Go ahead.
We still
Make
on?
my day. Hey, Blondie! Blondie! Blondie, don't leave me up here, Blondie! Oh, but I'm fucking rich. Oh, gee. But anyway, yeah. Eli Wallach. It's a tale of three adjectives.
The bad.
No, the good.
The handsome.
The innocuous. The totally forgettable.
Those are the sequels that were never made.
Yes, that's right.
They never made a sequel to it. You know, in itself, it's kind of a sequel to the Fistful
Well,
of Dollars
Fistful
and
yeah.
a few dollars more.
All of Sergei Leone's movies are kind of like sequels of the others.
Yeah.
They're all very good. I love Sergei.
First two were based on Japanese films.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Yojimbo is for a Fistful of Dollars.
Well, the Magnificent Seven.
The Magnificent Seven was based on that's an American film, yeah.
No, but it's based on the Japanese.
Yeah, it is.
The
It
Seven Samurai
yeah.
by Seiji Hayao. No, he was an actor. No,
it was the same guy.
Who's the director?
It was his name was Akira Kurosawa.
Akira Kurosawa.
Yes.
One of my favorite.
Everybody knows that.
One of my favorite directors.
Now,
unfortunately, my mind doesn't always work.
Now, who's the guy you mentioned? Toshiro Mifune is in all of those movies, pretty much. Yeah.
Who? Oh,
Toshiro Mifune, the famous Japanese.
Did
actor.
you ever see his what's his name again?
I've seen everything.
Kurosawa.
I've seen pretty much every one of his
Dreams.
Films.
Did you ever
Oh
see
yes,
Dreams?
very much so. One of his last films.
One of his last films.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
and that's in color and everything.
A dream film.
It was produced by
I love his black and white films.
Well, you know, Star Wars is based on the Hidden Fortress. Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
I've heard something.
Check it out. Yeah. Toshiro Mifune was also in the movie 1941, the Steven Spielberg film. He's in a few American films, Midway and stuff. But he's famously in all those Japanese films. Now, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is what we're talking about. And The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly...
And please keep talking because I haven't found what I'm looking for.
Now, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is famously, I think Quentin says that's his favorite film of all time. I've met Clint, but he's the only one of the three that but the other two are dead. But one of the guys, there was the other guy is Lee Van Cleef, another Van.
Van.
Yeah, and then
get in the van.
But Eli was the ugly, the villain in it, and he is just so good in it. A friend of mine once met Eli. There was my friend Michael Powers in New York. He met Eli. He went to a distribute to Gore Vidal. Gore Vidal was giving a speech, and all these big stars were there. And he got like
I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But we're, we just had the 4th of July.
Yeah.
And even though it's more than almost a week away,
yeah,
flag waver specials keep going.
Yeah.
So we got to break for an important message.
All right.
Here, so have a flag to wave. And
I always feel that patriotism is the last refuge of a scoundrel. I don't know if I'm on the screen.
I don't know.
There's too much going on in here.
Oh.
But we're good.
Down a cherry tree many years gone by. He bravely said, I did it, sir, I cannot tell a lie. His father knew right there and then he'd be a man of faith. The president of the honor, George Washington.
wonderful.
That was our flag waiver special.
Yeah.
We'll have one more.
That was by Mitch Miller.
Yes.
He once conducted the Richmond Symphony Pops.
Oh, we did?
And I met him.
How do you get...
I meet everybody.
How do you know all these things are happening?
Because
you have a special service that calls on. Hey, we got to notify Kevin.
They all want
Kevin.
They all want to meet me.
They want to be there. I was there when Bette Midler.
Oh, Bette Midler
did the she played the mosque.
And you were there.
The Altria Theater.
Wasn't she great?
Yeah.
Isn't she great?
And they had the Tin Woodman, Dorothy, and Toto, and the Scarecrow were in the audience.
But I mean,
in the front row, and she just had a time. She said, "Oh, isn't this lovely? You're nice."
Oh, they were dressed up.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe Jack Haley was there.
No. But I did meet Jack Haley.
Oh, what was he like?
Well, he's a bit of a wino, but no, he was a real nice guy. But he had to have his wine. But he was very old. He was very old, and he was very gentlemanly and very nice. Yeah. And it was at a convention, and he said he told the story about how he got this voice for the Tin Woodman.
Yeah.
That they asked him to do it, and he came up with the way he would tell stories to his kids at night, bedtime stories. And he said, well, a while back, we were going down the Yellow Brick Road, and that's how he got the voice. So,
and he was last-minute replacement for Buddy Ebsen.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I don't know I guess we talked about that.
Yeah, do you know that
Harlan Ellison, we had to wait for Harlan Ellison to get out of the way. But
he was there too?
Oh, yeah. It was a big...
What was he like?
Well, he kept talking.
Never shut up.
Never shut up.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Friz Freeling out in the hall.
Oh, wow.
Friz Freeling was supposed to be coming on.
Yeah.
But I was great, animation guy that I am, to get a chance to talk to one of my all-time favorite directors.
Yeah.
I mean, Bugs Bunny playing that piano was what got me going. And he... I showed him some of my animation. He said, "That's good."
That's good.
He liked it, and
of course he did.
But if Harlan Ellison hadn't have not shut up, I wouldn't have had as much time with Friz out in the hall. But and then we went in, and he gave his talk. And everything.
Yes.
So I never really listened to Harlan Ellison. I could hear him in the background. He's a good writer. I like Harlan Ellison's stuff, but he's notorious.
Take it off the top, Professor. Sound like Jet.
Then how he talks is kind of like like Joe Pesci.
Joe
Pesci.
Joe Pesci. I think I mentioned this once before. If you don't know, if you can do Joe Pesci, you can do Bugs Bunny. Same voice.
Yeah.
You think I'm funny? You think I'm funny?
You think I'm funny?
What's up, Jack?
Well, you can sound like Bob Dylan. Laying across my big brass band. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea for a song. I think I'll write it down.
I'm not gonna.
I think I'll become a born-again Christian. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, by the way,
learn your vocal cords.
I want to, with this, I'm trying to cultivate a youthful look,
Is that what that is?
Yeah, and I thought, no, this is the thing.
If you cover yourself up enough, they won't know what age you are.
But now I'm starting to look like
you're wearing a burqa.
I'm starting to look like the old. I'm starting to look like the old Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Now Bob Dylan. So I told this to somebody. He said, "No, Bob Dylan. The old Bob Dylan is the cool Bob Dylan." I said, "Okay."
Yes.
So a friend of mine sat down beside Eli Wallach for an hour, and he just talked to him for a whole hour. And what was most interesting about this,
Eli Wallach,
and he was like 89 years old. He lived to be like 95. This guy. And what happened was,
Blondie.
What happened was, he said, what I found very interesting, what my friend told me, was that Paul Newman came over. And Paul Newman started talking to Eli, and Eli introduced, "Oh, have you met my friend Michael?" And Michael said, "Hello," and Paul Newman just ignored him. But Eli was very Eli was very friendly.
Well, he's probably shy. He didn't have a script. Paul Newman, he's a method actor.
Method actor, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be in the Methodist hymn before he'll do it. No. But he has to have his motivation. Yeah, Hitchcock and him didn't get along too well.
Torn Curtain, yeah.
But it's a very good... Oh, I love Torn Curtain.
Yeah.
It's overlooked. But Hitchcock did complain a little bit. Well, he's a method actor,
Yeah.
and he always wants to know his motivation. He said, "Well, you're going from here to there, and you're going to kill that son of a bitch in the stove."
In the
He said.
stove.
Yeah.
He played like
Good
an
movie.
ugly American in it. Yeah. And then he turned out to be a spy or something.
Well, his wife doesn't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Julie Andrews.
Yeah. And he's a double knot spy. Well, not a double knot spy, but he's a two-way. What do you call it?
He was a double
agent.
Double agent. Yeah. Yeah, working for both sides. Yeah, but he winds up working for the good guys.
Excuse me.
What? What am I looking
It's time for another flag waiver special.
Oh, okay.
We've got to do these. The government.
You got one of these. You got one of these flags upside down. You know that's the stress signal.
Well, pull it up. Hey, put it up close to the camera. Our country's in distress. That's for sure. Okay.
I'm not here to make a political statement.
We're here to celebrate a true hero here.
Who's that? Oh, look, it actually is waving in the fan.
Huh?
Let me tell you about the American flag. It's very hard one to draw when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You have to draw a stone.
Okay.
You don't watch the ad like everyone else when you see it on YouTube?
No.
You must be the only one who doesn't watch the ad.
It's always Donald Trump.
Millard Fillmore, what a good man, what a president of the United States. Millard Fillmore, what a good guy, doing good things for the people of America. Whig Party, oh yeah. Millard Fillmore, oh yeah. When Zachary Taylor died, Millard Fillmore said, I will take over for him. Oh yeah. Millard Fillmore, what a good presidential man. Oh yeah, Millard Fillmore, what a wonderful leader. He was in charge from July 9th, 1850 until March 4th of 1853. Oh yeah. Millard Fillmore, what a good man, living in the White House, doing presidential stuff. Oh yeah. Millard Fillmore.
Thank you.
Yes, and who said we need Bruce Springsteen? Yeah, we got him.
Mrs. Springsteen does.
Yeah.
She needs him.
She needs him, more or less. Yeah. She says. So that's what it is.
I was thinking. We've been doing these shows for a while, and I don't think we've told too long. What a long month it's been. Anyway, the longest month.
And without a script, would you believe it? Without a script.
Yeah, I can believe it. Anyway, now,
but I've got a script here for my movie.
Oh wow.
Oh no, whatever.
Yeah, wow.
That's the movie. Yeah.
Don't let other people read that, or they'll steal your great
That's
idea.
right. I know. We'll tell you about that
We won't even tell you the title
in the future. We'll tell you about that sometime. Back to the Future. No, it's not that.
It's called Titanic Part 2.
That's right. Yeah. In this episode of Titanic Reinvented, the Titanic what do you call it? Sequel.
Yeah.
The ship comes up from the bottom of the ocean and rewrites itself in the water, and they say, "Just kidding,"
and everybody's alive again.
Yeah, it was a boat made of rubber.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, we I don't think we've told it because we've been friends for many years, for 30 years, and we met. And you know how we met on a movie set.
Yes, we did it.
Yes,
on
the
the
celebrities were abounded, and
seven.
and-
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. I was hanging out with Kevin Spacey.
yeah, he hangs out with all the degenerates.
I don't mean that in the wrong way. But Kevin was very friendly.
He was very nice.
And
I mean,
now
I'm
that I know
sorry.
more about him, it might have been a reason. But we had a lot of fun, and I drew his caricature.
There you go.
And he wasn't quite the big star yet, and we were just goofing around.
2 Oscars ago.
We were telling jokes and making puns.
Well, actually, I got along with everyone on the set. There was Arthur Miller's daughter. Was
yeah,
there.
I went on a picnic with her.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Did you go on that? Down on
No,
the
I wasn't
river?
invited. My invite got
I
lost.
sat on a blanket with her. But
and
then Billy Hale, the director, got
Yeah.
to know him, and he wanted me to work on his next picture.
yeah.
And then he had a nervous breakdown.
And then he never had another next picture.
He had a nervous. God, it was.
And yet the show.
I
turned
should
out
have
very
known.
well.
I should have known better. Maybe I could have intervened and
Yeah.
helped him out somehow. But
You could have been.
because he handed me his script, he made sure I picked up his script one day, and maybe he was asking for help. But,
Please help me.
I mean, he's a really good director,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he was under some kind of pressure from the
Well,
TV
yeah.
studio. But
And
he,
yeah.
yeah. Then that night, shooting at the Night of the Mansion,
I was there.
I was thought that'd make you an idea for a
Yeah.
movie story. But he kept shooting that scene over and over and over again, and
Yeah.
finally the sun was coming up,
Yeah.
and Jack Lemmon was waiting
Jack
in,
Lemmon was
in the
in it.
winning. Yeah, he was up at the window. And there was always people with torches, and we were out there among the torches. At
Yeah.
least I was.
And he goes, I can't do this.
I can't do this. I don't know.
Now, Walter. Where's Walter?
Walter Matthau. Felix Unger, you're impossible.
You and I should be in the
Yeah.
odd couple.
We should.
You'd
we
make,
could do it.
you'd
We
make a
could.
perfect
I'll
Felix.
do an Oscar, yes.
You'd make a perfect Felix. Actually, you're such a good actor.
My voice always goes every time I'm doing one of these
Yeah.
things.
But it was The Murder of Mary Fagin. It starred Jack Lemmon. And I haven't said, we were specifically in the jury of this trial that Peter Gallagher played Leo Frank. It's based on a true story.
Yeah. Peter Gallagher went on to do
And
stuff.
Peter Gallagher and Richard Jordan was in it.
Yeah.
And Charles Dutton was in
I
it.
went on.
and a
He
lot
was
of
on
people.
that picnic too. Richard
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah. They're all great actors. In fact, Lemmon was on Carson, and he said that this was the best cast I've ever worked with. So I took a little, I took a little pride in them. Well, I guess I was
You're
there
part
too.
of the cast.
Yeah, I was part of the cast.
He gets.
I had no dialogue.
He gets an uncredited part. By the way,
My part was written.
You have to take proper umbrage and proper pride in having an uncredited part because it's understood that you're so great.
Yeah.
You don't need your name on the screen.
Yeah.
And we're so magnanimous. We say, no. I'm here for the art of it all.
Yes.
The art.
Art.
Art?
It was,
Oh, excuse me. I passed.
All right. Art, let me tell you something.
Don't light a match.
I was. I got to tell you something. My part might have been written by Buster Keaton because it belonged in a silent movie.
Say, I was looking for that scene from Mad World.
Yes.
I was looking.
Isn't that a wonderful movie?
Yes, but I was looking.
First movie I ever saw.
I was looking for outtakes from that movie, which you said that they shot more of the Buster Keaton sequence.
Yeah. Well, no, you.
I don't think they did.
No. Listen. The movie is probably a 6 or 7 hour movie.
Well, I found a good copy of it.
But there's not even a 3 hour version of it.
If you want to see it, I'll show it.
Oh, great.
Saturday, but
it's a Mad World. Opened in 1964. It was the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater. I was just a little kid.
Mine was Pinocchio.
Oh, the Disney one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in that
Mine's
movie?
Rapping Around the Block at the Bird Theater, and Eddie Weaver on the organ,
Oh yeah.
and
I used to do imitations for Eddie Weaver when he was
You did?
playing the organ and at the hockey games
he
at the Coliseum in the 1970s.
so you went up there with a microphone, or?
No, I was actually a guest of the Dixieland band that was there. A friend of mine's father ran it, and Glenn was his name, and he introduced me to Eddie Weaver. I didn't know Eddie Weaver was, and he said, "Do your imitations." And I went up to the microphone. He goes, "No, not in front of the loudspeaker. Just do it to him while he's sitting here." Hey!
I used to could do that.
That
dude.
was very,
I used to.
very
But he
by Sousa.
sometimes I can do
Stars
that
and
good.
Stripes.
Yeah. But Eddie did it great
Yeah.
on the old Wurlitzer organ at
Yeah.
the Bird Theater, which
Yeah.
I've had a chance to play on, but the echo is so crazy. I don't know how those guys ever play on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you hit a note, you go,
Yeah.
and you hear it coming from up
That's
in the,
right.
up in the ceiling there.
That's right.
You got to get used to that.
Yeah. Bob Gullidge plays it now.
Bob Gullidge.
Yeah, at the Bird. Yeah.
I don't know him, but I
Lynn
used to.
Lundy used to play.
I used to know. I knew Lynn.
Yeah.
I used to be a member of the society that kind of took care of the Bird and helped
Yeah.
preserve it for a while.
Yeah.
The American Theater Organ Society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
The Virginia Theater
Yeah.
Organ Society.
anyone with a big organ can join that.
This is
society.
true. Yes. That's why they have those big wide doors and those long aisles. Okay, everybody, get to one side.
How
How
Freudian.
How did this show sink to such low?
Oh, give me 10 minutes.
Is that all it takes?
And,
10 minutes.
I could
is all
bring
you
it-
need?
I could bring
You
it.
heard that, girls? Only 10 minutes. You got to get your act
You'll
together.
never.
When you take a cruise with Kevin, the first 10 minutes will be great, but the next 19 days,
forget about it. You find me in the buffet table. You know, sadly with this
You know,
pandemic,
I'd like to go to one of those cruises with a buffet. I know a guy that plays really great jazz piano.
Yeah.
I did his album cover.
Oh, great.
Frank Carley.
Frank Carley.
He's a great jazz pianist. He started out as a drummer
Yeah.
and then decided he was better on piano, but he can learn. He's like one of the old time guys. He learns it by ear.
Yeah.
And I took him some Jelly Roll Morton. He'd never heard of Jelly Roll Morton.
Who?
Yeah. I took him some recordings I had, and he learned
The
them.
King Porter Stomp.
Oh, man. But he learned them, and he's good.
King Porter. I mean, not King Porter.
Frank, I don't know where you are, but come back.
Jelly Roll was like the first major jazz guy to actually tell
Yeah.
his band follow the notes on the page.
Yeah,
Before
whatever-
that, it was all like
He said,
spontaneous.
whatever you're playing on
Yeah.
those notes, you're playing Jelly Roll.
Yeah, yeah.
Jelly Roll Morton. He was great.
Jelly Roll's great.
There's a big controversy. They say he was egotist and all. He wasn't as bad as that. He really was the first jazz composer.
Yeah.
And there were people improvising before that
Yeah.
on the streets and all, but he really coalesced it and put structure to it and wrote it down and really developed it. And
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
yeah, I found another recording of one of the early jazz groups, and they're pretty good, but they're not as good as Jelly Roll.
You know, I just love listening to old recordings of like Jelly Roll, King Oliver, all that stuff. Even stuff like from the Louis Armstrong.
I always wanted to make a movie about those early days, and the great trumpet player Buddy Bolden.
Buddy Bolden, yeah.
And they
finally
finally did make a movie out of it, but it's kind of a crazy movie. They have him falling out of a balloon and all this stuff
with
like
actors playing them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they finished it,
Yeah.
and the critics say I want to see the whole thing. I'm going to post it, I guess, but it's not terribly authentic, you know.
Big Spiderbeck.
Yeah.
People like that. Let me
My trumpet, which
Yeah.
is downstairs. I've got the exact same type of trumpet that was played by Bix Beiderbecke and Louis Armstrong, I think. It was made in the 20s, and it's got a weird tuning slide on it. I'll show it sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Buddy Bolden blues. I thought I heard Buddy Bolden say, "You filthy, you nasty, take it away. You filthy, you nasty." Kind of sound like Tom Waits. Take it away. I thought I heard him say. Thought I heard Buddy Bolden shout, "Open up that window, let this foul air out. Open up the window, let the foul air out." I thought I heard him say. Yeah.
You're a better singer than Tom Waits. Everyone is.
I think he's ruined. The piano
Does he have any
is
throat left?
drinking. Yeah, he's probably ruined it. It's probably ruined his vocal cord.
Now,
I like him, but
everyone likes Tom Waits. he's one of the few people I haven't seen in
Always
person.
wanted to
And the
animate.
reason why is he doesn't really do a lot of concerts or tours. I think if he comes to Washington, I always find out the next day or something. Now with they don't have concerts anymore, so I don't know
Who
when I will
knows
see
the
anybody ever
future?
again.
Who knows the future of America?
Yeah.
The American world, and maybe we need another flag waver special. Keep talking, keep
All
talking.
right.
I don't know what we got here. Dun, dun.
Oh, wait a minute! Look at this. You actually got a Betsy Ross flag.
Yeah, well, get it up here, man.
I can't get it out. That's what she said. That's what Betsy Ross said. I'm sorry. I guess I'll just. Have
Oh,
to
here's a
hold it.
very patriotic song.
Okay.
I think.
This is.
I was.
Our show is sponsored by the John Birch Society. Here we go. Oh gosh.
Okay, that's all.
That was it. My favorite movie.
Yes, and I couldn't find it.
Duck Soup.
Yeah, yeah. And directed by Leo McCarey.
Leo McCarey.
Introducing Amazon Honeycode. With Honeycode, build custom apps for your team. With
Director that the Marx Brothers worked with that was actually any good.
They had a Norman McLeod.
Oh, okay, yeah,
he's
he
good. And
well, they were all like
I don't know. They got the
studio.
They managed to get it together, except for the very first one, the Coconuts. They're all pretty well directed, or fairly well. And then they had the Boy Wonder producing.
Oh well, yeah, I know Irving Thalberg.
Irving
yeah.
Thalberg.
The last two.
And
really
Sam
good,
Wood with Sam Wood
directed,
but
Night
Irving
of the Opera.
Irving Thalberg really supervising.
Let me tell you. They made these.
And then
films
he died. He died.
He
before
died suddenly while they were
Well, he
in
had
production
a week of Day at the Races.
Day at the Races. Let me tell you something. Everyone talks about the first group of Paramount films by they're based on shows they did on Broadway, and then Duck Soup was a bomb in its day, and then they were signed by MGM to make Night at the Opera. That was their biggest hit, and then after that, and Day at the Races. Then after that, you don't really see too much good Marx Brothers.
Well,
Let me tell you,
the Day of the Duck Soup was done in the middle of the deepest part of the Depression.
Yeah.
I don't think
They're all
people were really in the mood for political satire at that time.
Well, let me tell you something about.
But thank God they made it.
Then let me tell you something. That they weren't ready for the Marx Brothers period in that time. They wanted like simple stuff. But that one scene in the Day at the Races where Groucho is where Chico is selling all these books on betting to Groucho, and he's selling him an ice cream cart. Get your Roots and Tootsie ice cream.
Edgar Kennedy was there.
No, that was in.
Oh no, yeah, it was.
No, I'm talking about Day at the Races. That to me, and it's very hard to find on the internet.
Tootsie ice cream.
That is to me is the funniest thing the Marx Brothers ever. And there's a lot of funny things, and I find them all funny. But I really laugh every time I see that from A Day at the Races. Get your Tootsie Fruitsy ice cream.
All those books, yeah.
And what's kind of funny is that Chico's playing.
I'm dyslexic. I don't like it because it's all those books to read.
Chico's actually playing the part that Groucho would normally play, while Groucho is the pigeon. But Groucho's never the pigeon, except for that scene, and that kind of makes it funny.
Well, I like a lot of the. That's a good scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my all-time favorite, but
what's your all-time favorite?
I don't know.
What's your all-time favorite movie of the Marx
Duck
Brothers?
Soup.
Duck Soup.
But,
Can't go wrong with there.
But I like parts of all of them, and the Night at the Opera, and the one with the horse feathers.
Oh, Horse Feathers about the football. Yeah,
I love the opening scene in Horse Feathers where he's talking to the students. You know.
Oh yeah.
And he says,
"Students of Huxley."
And Huxley students.
Yeah.
Let
me tell you. You know what's weird about the Marx Brothers movies is there's only about 12 of them, and the only ones worth seeing are the first 6.
Well, there's a couple of bad ones that could have been fixed with a better ending. The one with the big store.
Yeah.
And
they're worth a look.
Night at Casablanca. Yeah. Both have very weak endings, and all they needed. All right, the end of the big store. They're riding around in these go-karts in the store and these bikes and all this stuff, and they're riding, and it's some good stunts. But that's all they do. all they needed, and I don't understand why they didn't think about it, that all you needed to do was cut to Groucho, have him make a weird quip, cut back to the race, then cut to Groucho, and they used to say I'd be a big whale. Imagine what happened when this happened, something like that. And then on the Night on Casablanca, they end up on the wing of an airplane.
Yeah.
And the airplane's going
Yeah.
Yeah, he can
make the movies.
He could make a joke about where's my luggage gonna end up, but they don't ever. They could, and Groucho's right there, but they don't cut to him and have him say anything.
Both movies, you think, oh, I guess something funny's going to happen, then it's over.
But Go West has that,
and
they have the train leaving the track. Buster Keaton wrote gags for that, but they have a train that leaves the track, and they do cut to Groucho. And Go West isn't that bad, and Day at the
worth a look
at the circus isn't bad.
That's Lydia the Tattooed Lady.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of stuff.
Good,
Oh Lydia, that encyclopedia, Lydia the Tattooed Lady.
Yeah. You know the guy who wrote
when
that
her
song?
muscles start relaxing, up the hill comes out General Jackson.
Do you know that song was written by Yip Harper, who also wrote all the music for the Wizard of Oz?
I'm not surprised. How am I surprised, little chum? I am not surprised. Because it came from your lips, your lips alone, and you are the walking encyclopedia of showbiz knowledge. You are Mr. Showbiz right here in the greater metropolitan Richmond area. He is.
I know show business and baseball statistics. I'm a base.
Please, none of that.
I took one of these Asperger's tests online, and I got like one question off.
And it's a high fly ball into center field.
Yeah.
Right? That's what the man said. He said that.
But I think everyone on Jeopardy probably has Asperger's. So everyone on Wall Street does. So where's my payday?
Maybe that's my problem. I'm now a player on Wall Street.
Oh, there you go.
Because I bought some stock.
All right.
Yeah. And I urge you to buy this stock because it'll go high.
He invested in a tall man's shop in Tokyo.
Yeah. No. Actually, I'm into inventions and things that are good for the world and will sell in show business. Anyway,
he invested in a kosher deli in Iran.
Yeah. No. This one of the great solutions to the environmental problem. Is cars got to stop putting out, the internal combustion engine. We got to get rid of the internal combustion engine, and they got it already.
Yeah.
Amazon runs all its forklifts and all those warehouses on hydrogen fuel cell.
Okay.
It's a type of engine that takes hydrogen and converts it to electric energy.
Yeah.
And there's another bunch of companies that drive great big giant trucks on it. And they got about 100 or 400 stations already, but it's the thing of the future. Hydrogen fuel cells. And I urge people, of course, I have a self-interest here, but it's really for the good of the world.
Yeah.
Invest in Plug Power Company.
Yeah.
Plug Power. And they're the ones that make these hydrogen fuel cells. And you can convert them. I'm pretty sure you can convert your old existing engines to these things so you don't have to use gas anymore.
All right.
Be real cheap. And you know what comes out of the exhaust pipe?
What?
Water. W.C. Fields would be appalled. It's water. Nothing but water comes.
It ain't a fit night up for men and bees.
But water comes out of it. You could put your mouth down there and inhale it. In fact, I've seen videos of people doing it.
Might burn your lips on.
No, you don't put it too close. It's steam, for God's sake. Now cut that out. It's steam. Well, you can take a bath. You can take a steam bath.
This is very nice what you're telling me. But
this is the answer to the environmental question.
But I have two words.
Do you have a question?
Yes, I have a. I have the speaker has the floor. Now, you talk about hydrogen. I have two terrible words for you.
Mr. Speaker.
I have two terrible words for you. This hydrogen work. Hinden and Berg.
That is a misnomer.
Okay.
It is a what do you call a lie? What do you call it? A pop culture lie.
Okay.
It did not happen.
Okay.
It
didn't blow up?
It did blow up,
Okay.
but it didn't blow up from hydrogen. They proved it now. You can look it up on the internet.
Was George W. Bush behind
No,
all that?
hydrogen makes a small, innocuous blue flame, just a little flame like that. But what made the daggone thing blow up was the rocket fuel that the Nazis put in the paint.
Yeah.
The paint that they paint was made from the ingredients because they didn't have all. They had to scrounge around because they were fighting the war or what, and they couldn't get all their ingredients. Anyway, some Nazis said, "I have a good idea. We take this rocket fuel and make paint, put it all over the dirigible, put all the Zeppelin." Yeah, isn't that a good idea? Yeah. Then Robert
couldn't happen to a nicer group of people.
Then Robert Wise will make a movie about it.
Oh, yeah,
that's not a bad movie.
That was a good movie.
You can see it in the movie that the humanity. It starts.
Herb Morrison.
The little fire starts at the top where the hydrogen was, but then it just kind of follows the framework of the dirigible all over, and it's the paint burning up.
Yeah,
it's rocket fuel.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
Yeah.
Look it up on the internet.
Rocket fuel is
Google
actually, if you see, like, if
are we off the air? Are we off the air?
No, we're still going on. If we're rocket fuel is weird. If you actually, I know something about chemistry. I took it in high school. That if you look at
I flunked it.
Yeah, so did I. But I flunked it in college. In high school,
my brother didn't. He became a chemical engineer.
Oh, let me tell you about. But if you actually look at rocket fuel, a lot of fuels and stuff, they're very simple, like. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen.
Stuff that burns.
It depends. Yeah, it depends.
Burn.
Just how many molecules or atoms are in each thing that makes it dangerous or whatever.
Imagine if you put rocket fuel in the spigot and turned on the tap. You could go. Whoosh, you could go to the moon.
And you go. Now, let me tell you about chemistry.
You got a tuning device.
I actually was a chemistry major my first year in college, and you're going to
went to UVA.
That's right. That's right. I read it. I know. I actually know quite a bit, and I was a chemistry major.
Please expound on the subject.
I'll expound about
on the subject matter. You may expound. I give you permission. In right here on this dais.
Okay.
We're on a dais. You may expound. We're going
to do the
right here.
We're going to do the carrot and the food coloring thing in a moment. Experiment. Georgie, yeah. Anyway, let me tell you. So I was chemistry major, and let me tell you something.
What is the chemistry that makes Georgie Jessel sound like he does?
It's called old age and emphysema. And a lot of couture in his throat.
Okay.
Now let me tell you. Okay. So let me tell you. I was a chemistry major, and when I was in high school, I had a lot of fun doing chemistry with the experiments and everything. So I go to college. I didn't realize there was so much math involved.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
And I was good at the experiments. I always got in the labs, they call them. But I was terrible in them, and so I always balance it out and make it out a C.
Well, that's the trouble in the
I got
world.
an A in the lab, F on the math test, and so thus I couldn't make it as a
This
chemist.
is why the Nazis did what they did, and everybody else are... All right, the whole big problem, I can solve the whole universe for you, a whole political conundrum of our sociological, economic situation over the last 100 years, if you just look at right brain versus left brain, and people that are good with math and take it too seriously, and people that do creative stuff, and maybe they take it too seriously, but you got to work together.
Yeah.
But if one side doesn't have the patience, or they look down like they used to be, there's still a lot of people with math and stuff. They look down on the people that can't do it and says, "You are an imbecile." You know, the Nazis took that to the end. That was the reason. That was what created that whole culture.
Yeah.
And, they look down on the gypsies. Oh, you play the violin, get rid of him,
Yeah, they hated everybody.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. So
that's where a lot of it comes from. And
well, the chemists before the Nazis were all right.
But all these...
Robert Boyle.
I know.
Robert Boyle. But let me tell you.
But technology, they said, "Oh, we can take over the world, and so let's do it."
But I gotta tell you, I was lousy at the math, good at the experiments. Then I saw these horror movies when I was good with these mad scientists.
Mad scientists.
And there's always one thing that went wrong. It's usually a mathematical problem. So I said, I think that's how you become a mad scientist. You're good at doing the experiments, but you're lousy at doing the math, and you always get something wrong, like Dr. Frankenstein.
That's the whole Hitler thing. He's an archetype. What Jung would call it. He's the mad dictator, pseudoscientist. He had a lot of scientists, pseudoscientists were. Anyway, he has this dream, and we must take over the world. And it's like Pinky and the Brain. Tonight we're going to take over the world, and that's a real archetype of the 20th century. It started with Frankenstein, but it really came to pass in the 20th century. And then you had Tesla. Tesla was a good archetype. He was a kind of a mad scientist, but he was a good guy. And
a lot done.
And Edison and all this stuff. That was one of the driving forces of the 20th century. And then is to make the money, get greed, and we'll be so rich and so powerful. And that's the story of the 20th century.
Money and girls.
Yeah.
That's all we want in life.
But we gotta get back to
we want the girls, and we get the money to get the girls.
I know. And it used to be that the girls were there when you were let's say we were back in ancient times of tribal chiefdoms.
Yeah.
All right, the chief,
the totem
and the medicine man and all those guys were head of the tribe because they had vision. And they were good at hunting and saying, "Oh yeah, I can see the Tyrannosaurus around the corner. Oh, it's not a Tyrannosaurus.
I see the buffalo.
Yeah, it's an elephant. Anyway, it's there,
mastodon.
And I know how to kill him. Okay, we got him. All right, I'm the leader.
Yeah.
And the medicine man who helped guide him, he's the second in command. He's the leader. Neither one of them are any good at math.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are good at math, they sit there counting beads back at the teepee.
The abacus.
Yeah, they all kind of look down. Okay, total us up something, go away. That's the way it was in the ancient of days. But then later, we built up civilization. We got farming communities, then cities, and the accountants took over.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Our kind of view.
And then everybody's so narrow-minded in their own, we're systematically compartmentalized.
Yeah.
And we lose sense
We're all specialists.
Yeah, we lose sense of the big picture and our animal spirits. We need to get back, and that's part of the big conflagration that's going now.
My animal spirit's an aardvark.
Yeah, that's right.
The first thing I saw in the dictionary, and I didn't bother with any others.
Mine was an ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus.
He's that weird dinosaur that has spikes all over him, and he walks around like a beaver, like a hedgehog.
I'm looking.
He's about 16 feet wide.
I have a feeling in my lifetime they're going to clone and bring back the dodo. That'd be cool.
Well, this is something I've
been gone 500 years.
I've been into this. They do have a stuffed one.
Yeah,
I think they have some of feathers or a stuffed one or something. And I'd like to see the great good Lord bird, the ivory-billed woodpecker, the great fantastic bird with the great red crest, and he's a giant woodpecker that used to fly all over America, and now you can't even find him. They think he's extinct, but they got enough evidence now that it looks like he still exists. Yeah, Walter Lance stole him, but he was
my favorite.
But you could clone. They have some stuffed versions, and they could take the DNA from the feathers. I think
they should.
And there are very close.
They did it with dinosaurs.
They're very they're very close. Yeah.
Where did I hear that story?
Are they documentaries?
Where did I hear that story? And then,
the Jurassic Park movies have the same plot. There's like 6 of them. They all have the same plot.
Well,
we fixed them, and they're not going to start eating people by the end of the movie. Yeah. And then by the end of the movie, they're eating people.
But the first one was The Lost World, written by author Conan Doyle, the author of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And they made a movie about that, and then they did a sequel of Jurassic Park, based on The Lost World.
Do you know that?
But the thing is, the Lost World really exists. It really exists in Venezuela. It's this fantastic plateau And the Angel, you ever heard of Angel Falls? The
In
highest
Venezuela,
waterfall in the
highest
world.
waterfall, yeah.
That's the lost world. They call it La Perdido Mundo.
Yeah, okay.
Down there, and I've always wanted to go there. And the thing of it is, there are prehistoric animals on top.
Oh, wow.
But these little frogs. They're just little frogs.
Wait for their government to get straightened out. Venezuela's probably pretty
there's some videos of guys that climbing up there and they take a swim in the pools.
It used to be a nice place, Venezuela.
The cities aren't good, but the jungles are still okay. If you can survive. But I mean, yeah.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Don't go to Caracas.
Was one of the biggest occult guys around.
I know it. I've got a copy of it. His father.
And Houdini.
His father, John Doyle or whatever it was, went a little crazy. He was what they used to call pixelated. He believed in fairies.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And he was a good artist. His father was an artist, and he wrote a book about all these fairies and things.
Yeah.
And they living under their leaves. The thing of it was, he really believed it was true. I've got a copy of it.
There's a movie based on that where these kids created discovered these pictures of fairies and they faked them.
Oh, they
were able to convince Arthur Conan Doyle and Harry Houdini that they were real.
That's a mix.
But then on their deathbed they said they were all fake. Yeah.
No, that actually happened in American history.
Yeah.
There were these girls, I think they were girls up in New England or something. Yeah. And they faked these. They were really good fakes.
They were good fakes.
They had cutouts and they never got with Arthur Conan Doyle, but they were up there in New England.
The movie had Peter O'Toole.
You can Google that.
And as
Peter O'Toole, my word.
Conan Doyle, and Harvey Keitel was Harry Houdini.
Conan Doyle.
They were there. They were in the movie, but the main movie.
Conan Doyle did not.
The movie is called Fairies.
Arthur Conan Doyle did not look like Sherlock Holmes. He looked like Watson.
Yes.
Which he was.
Yes.
Watson is the guy telling the story, and he has his mustache.
You can see the, there's it's on YouTube, there's an interview from 1928. The only interview he did.
Yeah, in sound.
In sound, that's what I mean, yeah.
I think it was from the 30s, but yeah.
No, he died the same year it came out. I think it was 1928, 29 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like really early.
But it's a
sound.
good.
But it's good to get
he's in front of a cottage.
Yeah.
He's in front of a cottage and said, "Yes, I wrote Holmes hoping that all the boys and girls would benefit from his example." It's better than that.
They put it as when I saw the High on the Baskervilles in the 70s when they re-released it, the one with Basil Rathbone.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, they because it wasn't to make it a 2-hour length, they added the 20-minute interview at the beginning with Arthur Conan Doyle, and that's where I saw it. Yeah, in a theater. But now you can find it on YouTube, I'm sure.
I think I posted it.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And then Arthur Conan Doyle went on to write the dinosaur stuff. He got sick of Holmes. He tried to kill him off.
He killed him off. Yeah.
But he had to
bring him back.
Had to bring him back.
People were so up in arms about that. They never had a death of a fictional character hit home like that.
They always talking about Holmes being a cocaine addict and stuff, but I have yet to find it in the original stories.
No, it's not.
I think they added it in the plays, the Gillette plays or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he said Watson the Needle.
Yeah, quick Watson the Needle.
But
and he also was.
But back then, cocaine. They thought cocaine was okay.
Nicholas Meyer wrote a book,
you could
The
get
7% Solution, where Sigmund Freud tries to cure, and then they.
Of course, Coca-Cola had cocaine in it.
Coca-Cola.
In the early days.
Cocaine wasn't against the law. It didn't become against the law until the 1930s. Actually, marijuana was legal too. Everything's legal until it's not. LSD wasn't.
Douglas Fairbanks did an amazing comedy short called about Professor Coke Any Day, and he plays this Sherlock Holmes takeoff, and he's jumping around, sticking needles in himself.
Oh man!
And driving a really weird car.
Wow!
And you ever hear about it? It's called the
Silent.
Yeah, it's called The Mystery of the Leaping Fish.
All right.
And it's a short, like 30-minute. With Douglas Fairbanks taking his turn at doing comedy.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's really weird.
Douglas Fairbanks was great.
It was like a head movie for hippy dippy guys at VCU to watch at the Biograph Theater back when I was in school.
Hey, I got to tell you, how much time do we have?
You're the guy that's supposed to keep time.
Well, I mean, I don't have the time. I have to figure
I think we're over, but we've kept.
Well,
we've filled the air
How do you bring that down? How do you bring it? Okay.
nebulous.
I'll bring it down.
What are we trying to do?
Oh,
We've made a lot of
I don't know how this
commentary.
works. I don't know how. Okay.
We haven't had.
Oh, we are over time, so we have to end it. But I do have a proposition for you.
Is there any
I have a proposition for
legality
you.
about this?
I have a proposition for you. You're gonna love not of as and no. I have a proposition for you for the show next week. You know what we should do? We can. I think this is a good idea, and I have Netflix, and you have you seen the new Orson Welles movie?
I want to see it.
Well, guess what? I'll come here, we'll watch it, and then we'll talk about it on the next show. How about that?
Well, do we have to have a DVD?
No. Well, you could. I have a computer, and you can get it. It's streaming from my computer.
All right, we'll do that.
Yeah. So we'll do
I
that.
badly want to see that.
Then we'll see it.
Well, maybe
I've already
can
seen
you
it,
channel it into my computer?
Yeah.
Because
we
I
can
think
do that.
mine has a better screen or something.
You,
I got a Mac.
You do everything better.
I have a Mac.
You have a. You also have a.
I don't know.
You also have a better profile than me. Too.
Whatever works. The great. You ever see John Barrymore present his profile? He says, I will now present the great profile. And he goes,
Yes. Now we can't show it because Netflix can show it, but we'll talk about it for anyone who's seen
eventually
it.
it'll be free.
It will be free.
But yeah, I've been waiting.
games for
I've been waiting for that since the 70s.
I've been waiting for that movie for 50 years.
I mean, I got a what do you call it? An ear-worn, ragged book of Orson Welles
There you
stuff.
go. Talking about
What do you call it? Ear-worn.
I know what you're talking about.
When you wear a book.
Threadbare.
No, it's something about
thumb through.
Earmarked. No.
Earmarked.
Well, anyway, it's fallen to pieces.
Yes.
And the binding has all come apart.
Yeah.
And I need to get a rebound. But
All right.
I got that thing when I was in film school back in the 70s.
There you go.
And I've got other stuff.
You're a man of many talents.
Well, that was my main thing.
Film?
Film was what I wanted to do. I got started drawing. I was just a natural drawer from age 5, from looking at my dad. He was a good artist. And so by age 5 or 6, I was impressing everybody and saying, oh, look how you can draw. And so I used that to get attention at school.
There you go.
And
Get all the teachers.
but I was really by age 12, I was sick and tired of art. I was very depressed by it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get into music. I'd been playing around with music. My uncle was a music teacher.
Yeah.
And I was discovering film.
Yeah, all right.
And Alfred Hitchcock.
He was the best.
I found an old magazine of my dad's, old photography magazine. There was an article by Alfred Hitchcock, and he was saying how if you want to be a film director, I would suggest you start by being an artist.
There you go.
That's what I did. I was drawing, and I started doing storyboards. And I said, well, wait, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And I was storyboarding all over the place. They were kind of messy, but they made sense. I'll show you my.
Actually, I know what you're saying. Because
I was started when I was 4.
He plotted everything out and wrote it all down and drew pictures and everything. And then when the movie was made, when the movie was being filmed, he had very little interest in the movie. At that point.
When I direct a movie, it's a bit like a composer and a conductor conducting a score.
Yes,
and that's really the very best way to make a film. Now he does improvise. To a degree on the set. He said you should. But he's got it all planned out. So even if they're bored and tired and really out of the gourd and say, I don't have any energy, you could still shoot the scene and it would come out good because they got it all planned out. Yes. Or if he's really inspired or one of the actors wants to do something a little different, as long as it fits the parameters of the structure and the time and then where you go from point A to point B. He did that with Bruce Dern in his last film. Bruce Dern said, "Oh, I loved working for Hitch. He gave you so much freedom." Now, that thing with Family Plot is a fun movie. But it's very well structured. But it floats along in a very light way. Yeah. Every now and then, Hitch would do a movie, a suspenseful comedy that floats along in a light way. Yeah. North by Northwest is kind of like that, but that's a big movie.
Oh, that's good. You got to play us out.
Oh, play us.
You can play anything you want. There go. Hey, Keith, it was good having you.
I don't know the name of it, but
He just wrote it.
You could, email me and tell me
I'm
the
Kaye
name.
Lazar. This is Keith Van Allen. Thanks for coming today.
Back and forth. Bye-bye.
All right, wait a minute.
This is Bob Barker saying bye-bye.
Choose what you want to say.
Yeah, we got